Good morning, freshman engineering students. It's wonderful being here with you on the third week of classes. You've kind of wrapped up now your third week of classes, so hopefully everyone's getting into a bit of a routine. With this course, we spent our first week doing introductions, not only in the lecture portion of it, but also in the labs. Hopefully you've gotten to know someone in your lab and you've got a little bit more of a comfort level because of that. Week two, admittedly, we introduced you to study abroad, and you may be wondering, why did they do that? We just got here and already they want to send us somewhere else. And again, the logic behind all of this is the fact that we are going to expose really cool opportunities to you, but all of those things, if they're going to happen, you have to plan. You have to plan. And so, for example, you learned about study abroad opportunities last week, and then this week in your lab, you went through your Pegasus path. I cannot emphasize enough how important that Pegasus path is. If you don't have a goal, right, in life, how can you achieve it, right? So through Pegasus path, we are helping you set your goals, and say in those first 2 years, or if you've gone ahead and you went and planned your third and fourth years, you've put that during summer of my sophomore year, I want to intern, or I want to study abroad that summer. So those things have to be laid out, and we're kind of forcing you now to see the big picture as freshmen, because we want you to make the most of your 4 years, here at UCF. So this morning, I am in our beautiful library, this gorgeous stained glass. If you ever just need some pretty, come here because it's absolutely beautiful. And the reason that I've decided to kind of pop up in the library today is because I really want you to know about all the different things that our library can offer you. It's a 5-story building. And I'm on the 3rd floor now, which is really the only way I'm allowed to talk. I'm probably bothering some people, so I'll make this as quick as possible. But the 4th and the 5th floors, the 4th floor is a quiet study area, and then the 5th floor is silence. I mean, if you've really got to, as y'all say nowadays, lock in and study hard, go to the 5th floor of our library. Some other things that the library can offer you: on the 1st, 3rd, and 4th floors, there are study rooms, which I think you might have just we panned to them a minute ago. But those study rooms are great. One thing you could do is you could meet with a bunch of friends from this class and watch the video every Friday together and make fun of Mrs. Frizzle. But the bottom line is that, those study rooms are available, whether it be for group work, or I've actually seen people just kind of have one themselves in there. They just needed that quiet place. So the study rooms are very advantageous. Another thing too, here at the library, you can also have, you can rent things. And when I say things, I mean you can rent laptops, you can rent battery chargers. If you get to a lab where you realize, oh my gosh, I need a battery for the laptop, you can come here and rent that. Obviously, you can get technical journals, articles, anything you need from library resources, if it's for research or for one of your courses. So I encourage you to take advantage of the rentals. Calculators are another thing that you can also rent here from the library as well. Another thing that the library can offer you is printing services. Student government pays gives you basically $2 a week worth of printing services, and it's 8 cents a copy, I think, for black and white, and 30 cents for color prints. So know that, if a professor says, hey, here are all the notes for this week, you can have them all printed out so you can have a nice study book. And it's free, which is wonderful. Actually, it's your money. It's paid through activity and service fee, so go get your money back. And then finally here at the library, we have Barney's Coffee, which is kind of a treat. You are allowed to have, I believe, food and drinks here in the library, which is very convenient as well that they do allow that. But as always, treat this as your place, have ownership, and always kind of clean up after yourselves. All right, hello again, everyone. I am currently in Trevor Colburn Hall. The acronym would be TCH, and this is the location of the Student Academic Resource Center, SARC. It's in 117 in TCH. And the reason that I'm here at SARC today is because I want to chat a little bit with you about basically about studying and getting help when and if you need it. One of the things that makes me most nervous about this wonderful incoming freshman class of engineering students every single fall is that you guys, the scariest thing is that you're very bright, okay? You would not be here in college, you would not be majoring in engineering if you weren't very bright, good students, and talented in math and science, right? But my fear is that you got through high school, but it just wasn't that hard for you, and it just wasn't that challenging. And because of that, there's the chance that many of you don't have the study skills that you need to succeed in college. So today, over the weekend, whenever, I want y'all to do a little bit of introspection and look in the mirror a bit and say, you know, do I even have study skills? If you're wondering that, then my guess is that no, you probably don't have a focused, disciplined plan of attack for your classes and your coursework. And that's, again, what makes me nervous. You know, study skills, for example, taking that syllabus and putting every assignment and every exam or test or quiz on a calendar, you know, that is getting organized. Having a place to study. For example, we just came from the library, right? So, you know, having that place to study that is your zone. You know, like you lock in, you study, you focus on your material, and that's your zone, your study zone. You have to have that. And again, you just have to have that discipline and have those study skills. I know my kids in years past have used flashcards, right? Now they don't use physical flashcards, it's all online. There are so many things that are out there to help you study, help you develop your study skills. And I just want to encourage you to you know, like I said, look in the mirror and say, yeah, I probably need to focus on this and do it. And then B, if anyone is, even in week 3, already struggling a bit, I want to tell you about opportunities like SARC, this you know, Student Academic Resource Center. Through SARC, you can get tutoring. In the room, there are giant whiteboards, and there are students, upperclassmen, who are very talented in these subject areas where you may need help. All of this is free. How can you turn down free tutoring, right? I really encourage you, look at the SARC schedule that's online. And also through SARC, they offer what are called supplemental instructors. Their nickname is SIs. And this is amazing because the SI will literally attend the physics class that you're in, and then a few hours later, or right after the class, host a recitation where the SI goes over the material that the professor discussed, and you can ask any questions. If something he discussed or she discussed went right over your head, no worries, the SI can explain it to you. Again, it's this proactive studying, this proactive learning is what we want to encourage. Also, you have UTAs, obviously undergraduate teaching assistants in your labs like you do with the EGS1006 lab. You can always go to them for help. But also there are ULAs, undergraduate learning assistants, and they are paid by the university to help students in courses that are difficult. I mean, we have ULAs for statics, upper level courses. We have all, you know, physics, like I said, chemistry. They are here and paid to help you. So there's no excuse that you can't find someone to tutor you and help you through any classes that you may struggle with.
We also wanted to highlight there is peer tutoring, as well as academic consulting engagement, the ACE program where you have other peer consultants, and you're also going to have the Math Success Center, and that's going to have all of your different free tutoring for all the math classes you might have to take.
All right, now I'd like to introduce our featured speaker for today. His name is Dr. Timothy Kotnour, and he is a full professor in the Industrial Engineering Department. And the reason that we are bringing Tim to meet all of you today and to offer his words of wisdom, actually it's twofold. Number one is he is the director of eli2, the Engineering Leadership and Innovation Institute. And as the director and founder of this organization, we want to just let you know that it's out there. You know, engineering, you're here obviously to learn the technical skills that you need to become a good engineer in the workforce. But beyond the technical skills, there are these other skills called soft skills that you're going to need to kind of grow while you're here at UCF. And when I talk about the soft skills, I'm referring to, communication skills. You may have the best idea in the world, the coolest, most innovative project. But if you can't communicate it to people, if you can't go out potentially and get, say, funding for this, it's not going to go anywhere. So communication is critically important in the engineering field. Again, not only for communicating ideas, but communicating in teams as well. And then teams, well, that's a whole nother area of soft skills. We, through our lab and our course, are going to encourage you to work together in teams. And I think you're going to find that it's not as easy as you think. You're brought together basically with strangers. You all have a common goal, and you have to overcome, personality conflicts or anything like that to work toward this common goal. So again, the soft skills are super, super important. Eli2 focuses on engineering leadership. Leadership is critical as well. The bottom line is that Dr. Kotnour has been in touch with industry and basically has been a consultant to industry for many, many years. And it's through his experiences in working with industry that he's the perfect person to let you all know as freshmen what you need to be doing over the next 4 years, so when you leave us at UCF, you are prepared to be an excellent engineer in industry. All right, so that's what today's lecture is basically about. And with that, excited to introduce you to Dr. Timothy Kotnour.
Hey guys, hope you've been enjoying the first part of your lecture so far today. You have a graded survey as the first part of your attendance that opens right now. You're gonna have 5 minutes to take it. So go on ahead to web courses, open up your assignments, and find that graded survey. There's not gonna be a password for it. You'll answer it while the lecture continues on. And then you'll have the second part of your attendance at the end like usual. So make sure you take both to get full credit for today's class. And with that, over to Dr. K.
Hey, good to meet y'all. My name is Tim Kotnour, and I am the director of eli2, Engineering Leadership and Innovation Institute. Also an industrial engineer. I've been at UCF for about 30 years. But first, congratulations on you starting your journey. This is super cool, right? You're on the path the first semester here at UCF, pursuing engineering, computer science. So it's super great and super cool that you decided to go on this journey. Part of my message today is going to be about how engineering is the greatest gig in the world. So I'm going to give you some thoughts on that as you get ready for the semester and really your academic career. Just a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Chicago. So if we have any Chicago people in the room, way cool. There's a Portillo's in Waterford, so we can still get Chicago good eats. I went to Bradley University, got an industrial engineering degree, a minor in computer science, and a minor in business. Then I went to Virginia Tech and became a Hokie. That's where I did my graduate work. Fortunately, we lost, but that's okay. I've been at UCF for about 30 years. And while I've been doing that, I've spent a lot of time working with NASA, locally at Kennedy Space Center. With the center, Exploration Ground Systems, they're making a launch tower and a pad for SLS. Launch Services Program, they go buy a ride, you put a satellite to Mars, and they get a commercial service to go. And then space station a little bit, deep space logistics, and then headquarters work, Glenn Research Center, Wallops, Langley. And so I've known just about every center there is and met just about all the leaders there. So it's been an incredible journey of 30 years. Jokingly, I say NASA launched my career. You can see the space shuttle right there hanging on the Eiffel Tower. And then also spent about 20 years, continue to work with a gentleman that does video games, make video games. And anyone play Madden football, he made that years ago. And then he's moved on, but everywhere he goes. So what I'm going to share with you today comes from my experience working with NASA, other companies, game companies, EA Sports, Zynga, Warner Brothers, Fortis, worked with Lockheed Martin at times, Walt Disney World. So just a bunch of practical experience. And so what I share with you today comes from what I've experienced and also what leaders from those companies expect when they hire people. So hopefully short and sweet to the point on the messages here. Hey, the first thing I want you to really believe and just truly understand in like the heart, the core, engineering is the greatest gig in the world in computer science. And if you think about it, just think about how you woke up today, right? You set an alarm, you had lights, you had power, you had AC, you had running water, you took a bath, a shower, you made breakfast, you took food out of a refrigerator. Maybe you took transportation to get to campus. You took a bus, you rode a bike, a motorcycle, a car, all those things that we take for granted every single day. It's because engineers, computer scientists did it. Um, and so that's the really cool thing. But the bigger thing is you got to come up with the new stuff. Jokingly, I say I'm too old and I'm not smart enough. But like we got some grand challenges that we really got to go solve to make the world sustainable and just a good place to live. And that's why you're in school, is to go do those cool things. Now, I know you're going to be in class for the next 4 years, and so it's going to be a lot of math and maybe large sections, and you're going to get bored or distracted or be doubting. And that's normal and that's okay. But just keep chasing because you can do some incredible things with an engineering degree. You could build an Eiffel Tower, you could build a shuttle, you could build automobiles, you could develop a new surgery technique, and just it's amazing what you can do. I'd encourage you to read things like Popular Science, Popular Mechanics, Wired, Fast Company. Just they're not big journals, they're like very short little articles, one pages and pictures, but it tells you why you're doing engineering. It's exciting projects that people are pursuing. So remember, it's the greatest gig in the world. The second thing I want you to think about is you're in college to learn, but the outcome is to be employable. So when you graduate, people say, I want to hire you. And that's what I want to do because you've got the skills, you've got the experiences we need. There's about 120,000 people that graduate a year with engineering, computer science. So the question you have is, how are you going to stand out from that? Right. And so it's not enough to do well in your classes. Extremely important, very necessary, but it's not sufficient. And if you saw the article I sent and the quote, hiring managers last year did not want to hire college graduates. And that is scary because they weren't ready, because they didn't show up and be professional. And so your job is to learn how to be professional and show up, and you've got to do it now. Your job is now. It's not 4 years from now, it's today. Like I said, I'm from Chicago. There's this little basketball player, Michael Jordan. And man, he had the philosophy. So when he played a game, he knew the way he played was dependent upon the way he practiced. Because when he practiced, he built up the skills, the mentality, the muscle memory, the mental memory of how to play hard. So when we went to the game, it was just the same thing. And so you can't say, hey, when I graduate and I get a job, I'll figure out how to be professional. No, you've got to do it today. And that's extremely important. And one of the things we want you to understand is you're in college to really build 4 buckets of skills. The first one is to be a solution provider. This is when you think about, oh, I've got to do technically sound work. Absolutely. In addition to that, you've got to be creative and innovative. If you think of Steve Jobs or Elon Musk, they got great ideas, or Steve had great ideas, right? But they got great ideas, but they took those ideas and made them a reality. Super creative, but the innovation part is taking that idea and bringing it to reality. Most of your courses are going to teach you to be technically sound. And when you're sitting in large classes and it's a one-way lecture, it's going to be hard to be creative. But your responsibility is to go get skills and experiences to make you more creative and innovative. The second big bucket is to be professional. And it's very simple things like just do your job, show up on time, bring a notebook and pen, cause no drama, do what you say you're going to do. You will learn how to be professional today by the daily actions you take to be more collaborative and be accountable. So if you say you're going to do something, you do it. Make sure you know what you have to do. The third thing you have to do, or bucket of skills, is to engineer your career. You own your career. I don't own your academic career. Mrs. Sullivan doesn't own your academic career. The TAs don't do it. No other professors. It is your career. You need to be thinking about it. You need to be acting about it. And I know Mrs. Sullivan is bringing a bunch of career services in this semester, which is super cool. But you have a responsibility. And I'm going to give you one responsibility. When you're done with class day, go to career services. Just go there, experiential learning, and say, hey, I'm a freshman. I'm here. Dr. K sent me and told me to start the journey today. In the handouts, I've got a note or a slide that lays out what career services believes you should do freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. You cannot wait until senior year to go get a job. You must do it today. There's also a group called First Step, and they're peer students, and it's to help freshmen get internships and co-op experiences. So engineer your career today, own it. And then the fourth big bucket is figure out how to live a well-balanced life in community, right? And so you're going to be juggling a bunch of things, and I appreciate that. You got to find balance, and you also need to become social and hang out with people and be a good community member. It's a little bit harder this semester, right? Because here you are, you're in a class and it's online. Got it. Mrs. Sullivan's doing an amazing job to make this work. I know it wasn't her choice, but she is making lemonade out of lemons. In addition to that, in the handouts Mrs. Sullivan posted, we have a freshman social coming up, and we invite you to come to that. It's free food. You get to meet other students, both in your class as well as upperclassmen that just want to share and get to know you. So there's your four buckets. Be a solution provider, be professional, be the engineer of your career, and live in a well-balanced life in community. Those are four responsibilities. Most of the time, you're going to hear about one, which is be technically sound. It's your responsibility to go get better at all of these. And in the handout, we gave you, for these four buckets, 10 responsibilities. Be a solution provider, you got to learn the most from engineering courses. Go to courses, never skip a class, be early to every single lecture. Number two, experiment, creating, invite, and innovating. And again, this class does a wonderful job for you. You have projects in both the spring or in the fall and the spring. We have their maker spaces. It's between engineering building 1 and 2. The atrium is with whiteboard tables, and we have markers for to use. That's go be creative. Then go in the TI Innovation Lab and go build things, try things, innovate. That's where you make it real. To be professional, learn or join a leadership journey. Join a club and become a leader. Take a class, take a leadership minor. We have an engineering leadership minor and certificate that goes on your transcript. We'll give you that handout. It is very easy to do. An industry's looking for you to see that. The second thing you can do is sign up for EGS 3031, and we'll send you a flyer later in the semester. And that's where we bring in speakers, leaders, astronauts, center directors, vice presidents, CEOs, and they share their leadership journey. Not how they lead the Kennedy Space Center, but how they were in your seat, and now they're that leader. So what lessons did they learn over their life? Engineer your career. This is where you got to go learn from life experiences. Get any job. Our son worked as a barback, and he learned so much about accountability, about teammates and working with each other, collaboration. He learned about customer service. When he got that job, when he interviewed for his internship, he could use that to explain, I know how to be accountable. I know how to work with customers. I can get things done. And then that led to him getting his internship. Go get an internship in your field. Again, go to career services. Learn from your peers. Learn from mentors. And you know what? Step back and reflect and say, hey, what am I good at? What am I not so good at? Where do I need to grow? And a couple things to be a well-balanced community member. Make sure you keep it mentally, physically, emotionally balanced, spiritually. It's going to be hard. And a big skill you're going to learn in these 4 years is perseverance and resiliency. But you can do it. I know you can do it because you're already here. And then go hang out with people. Maybe it's a professional club that's not in engineering. Maybe it's in business. Maybe it's in art. Go get different perspectives, because when we go do things and build significant projects, it's always a group project. It's always multidisciplinary. But those 10 responsibilities, again, we gave you a handout and what it looks like freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, what bronze, silver, gold looks like, so you know what good looks like. Go take that on and really start to find and own that. It is your career. And again, I have the career services roadmap for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. Let me just end with some very, very, very simple guidance. Reminder, engineering is the greatest gig in the world. You can do incredible things. Get the degree and you can pick whatever you want to do the rest of your life. 2, college is your job today. Be like Michael Jordan. Practice today so when you go play in the game when you graduate, you know how to do it. Go to career services today. Leverage all those resources. And in this one, very simple, but wow, like people really, really forget it. Go to every single class. Do not skip a lecture. If you think about the mistakes in this world, technical, Challenger, Columbia, Tacoma Bridge, like there's technical failures. A lot of it was technical, but a lot of it had to do with professionalism and how people showed up. But don't miss a very important class. So go to every single class. Be early to every class. When we do this live, I count out loud how many students are walking in late. Every time I do this, there's at least 75 students that are late, and I finally stop counting. And this is 40 minutes into the class. Do not do that. You are investing in yourself, so make the investment count. Be early. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Bring a notebook and pen. Industry says, hey, when they hire you, you come to meetings late with nothing in your hands, and the bosses are like, why did I hire this person? Bring a notebook and pen. Take notes. It shows you're engaged and you care. Do not carry on your own conversations. You think you're in a large auditorium and no one can see or hear you talking? Your classmates around you can hear you. They want to learn. Do not be disrespectful to them. Do not be disrespectful to the professor. If you just want to come and have a side conversation with your buddy, don't show up. Just skip the class. I know it goes against come to every class, but be respectful when you're in there. Don't be on your phone. I've got pictures, literally pictures of 2 students in the back row playing video games with controllers. And then you walk around and some are watching TikTok or other social media, and some are doing their homework from another class. If you're going to show up, be present, because you need to learn today how to play when you're at work. So the final thing, there are a couple final things. Come to Freshman Social. We'll get to know you a little bit better. You'll get to know other students. Super important. Like I said, 4th responsibility, well-balanced, and be in a community. Remember, you are pursuing the greatest gig in the world. If you need anything, track me down. My name is Tim, and it's great to meet you, and good luck, and I will see you over the next 4 years. You got this.
Hi everyone, my name is Sasha Haddad. I'm the student director of Eli Squared.
Hi guys, I'm Anna Craig, and I'm the Associate Student Director of Eli Squared. Eli Squared is the Engineering, Leadership, and Innovation Institute at UCF. Our student committee works alongside Dr. Kotnour, Rhonda Betteridge, and the CECS Dean's Office to host events for students in the College of Engineering and Computer Science.
Within the student committee, our goal is to help you develop your professional and soft skills outside of the classroom. We do this through our 4 pillars: professional, engineer of your career, solutions provider, and well-balanced life within community. Engineer of your career introduces you to opportunities at UCF and beyond, while also giving you chances to give back and network with alumni and industry through Dean's Office events. The professional pillar focuses on soft skills like elevator pitches, networking, and interviewing techniques to prepare you for your career.
The pillar Well-Balanced Life Within Community helps us build a welcoming and fun environment in Eli Squared while also supporting balance and avoiding burnout in your own life. The Solutions Provider pillar works on workshops and projects to help you apply technical skills and leadership to real-world challenges. Within all 4 pillars, you'll have the chance to not only participate in events, but also lead them. You can even bring your own ideas, and we'll provide you the guidance and resources to help you make them happen.
Hello everybody, my name is Askar. I'm an officer from the SolidWorks Student Leadership Program, and in this short video I'm going to be showing you guys what our cool and wacky little club is all about. But first, what is SolidWorks? SolidWorks is an industry-leading computer-aided design program used by engineers and engineering students of all kinds to create and design three-dimensional parts and assemblies. Our organization is dedicated to providing free opportunities for students to learn and train and get officially certified with SolidWorks through custom-made material and student-led workshops. Now, why would you want to get involved? Well, if you didn't hear me just seconds ago, I did say that you can get these certification opportunities for free. That's right, free. Ours is the only organization on campus to do this sort of thing, the alternative being to spend at least $100 per certification per attempt, which nobody has that kind of money to just throw away. Free is always good. Now, what do you do with your certifications once you get them? Well, for one, they don't expire. They don't need to be renewed. You can just slap them onto your resumes, onto your job applications, and immediately look way more appealing to prospective employers, including those at AVT Simulation, Haskell, and L3 Harris, who former officers and former students of ours have gotten internship opportunities, research positions, and job offers as a result of having these certifications. Currently, we offer 4 different programs, but the one that you guys as freshmen are going to want to focus on first is the CSWA program. That is the associate level. It is teaching you the very basic foundations of the program to just navigate it and create some pretty basic stuff. But once you get that certification, it opens the door for all of our other programs, including simulation, pending you've taken statics, our CSWP professional level program, and our drafting course. Each of these programs last within a window of about 5 weeks. You meet once a week for 90 minutes, and we cover everything that you might need to know. And at the very end of that window, then you can take your certification exam and be done, all within the span of a semester without interfering with breaks or final exams at all. This program is made for you guys. Over the past couple of years, we've gotten over 500 students certified from engineering majors of all kinds, and we have no intention of slowing down in the future at all. Getting these certifications early as freshmen is one of the best things you can do in this time because it's going to open up so many more opportunities at the University of Central Florida. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, if that sounds like something you want to get involved with, then go ahead and scan this QR code. That'll take you to our Discord server. Our first GBM is going to be this Friday, September 5th at 7 o'clock on Discord. We're going to be covering all the information that you need to know about workshops, and we're going to be opening signups for those workshops at 7:45 p.m. in the GBM. These are hot seats. These are highly competitive. So if you want to get involved, you need to stay on top of it. But if you have any questions before our general body meeting, make sure to shoot a message in the help desk channel, and one of our many officers or helpers will be able to answer any questions that you have. Again, my name was Askar. We are the SolidWorks Student Leadership Program, and we hope that you get involved soon.
Hi everyone, now we are here with Aussie. She's one of your TAs, and she's going to be here introducing herself and telling you a little bit about what she does.
Hi everyone, I'm Aussie, or OCDs for long. It's lovely to meet y'all. I am an aerospace engineering senior this year, and I'm super excited to be back.
Yay! This is her 3rd year as a TA. She didn't want to leave us.
Never.
Thanks, Lily. Thank goodness for that. So she's going to talk about a little bit of her whole long repertoire of things that she does. We're going to start with, what do you do on campus? What do you do for UCF?
So I'm chronically over-involved. You'll see me in a lot of places. Let's see, I am a campus tour guide. I am a TA for this class.
Mm-hmm.
I am part of the President's Leadership Council. I have been for 2 years. Oh gosh, what else? I'm super involved in research. I have had 3 research projects that I've worked on here at UCF, and one of them actually got me a pretty cool award called the Goldwater Scholarship. It is the most prestigious undergraduate research award that you can get in the nation, so I'm pretty proud of that. Oh gosh, what else? I'm in an a cappella group here on campus. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Oh, I'm a McNair Scholar and a RAMP Scholar. Both of those are research related / helping me prepare for grad school. Yeah. Oh, I'm also a social media ambassador.
Just a little bit, just a couple things. So let's talk about President's Leadership Council a little bit. I'm sure not a lot of people really know what it is. So you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so we kind of work as student liaisons in the President's Leadership Council for the Office of the President. And so that basically means that whatever event he attends, we also get to attend. And so that means donor events, that means football lunches, that means any VIP events where, maybe they'll just need someone to help host the guests. We'll be there and we'll be able to talk to some pretty high profile people.
Very nice. And then who do you do research with? What lab are you in?
Ooh, so I'm in 2 laboratories. The first one that I've been in since sophomore year is Dr. Kaufman's Structural Dynamic and Adaptive Structures Laboratory. In there we focus on structures and vibrations research. And so that's where my first 2 projects come from. The other lab that I'm in is the Space Lab with Dr. Duvale Pereira. And she is currently working on spacecraft, more of the engineering side on spacecraft. So that project is focusing on sending small satellites out to space.
So you're sending things to space.
Hopefully.
Look out for her name, everybody. That's so exciting. And now what do you do a little bit off campus? I know you spend a lot of time here, but what do you do in your free time?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm actually I like to nurture my creative side. So I love dancing, I love singing. That's why I'm part of the a cappella group.
Yes.
Back home, I dance in a Panamanian folklore group with my family. And so that is a lot of what I do. Sometimes we get hired for weddings or quinceañeras, or we've been on Premio Juventud, which is Latin Grammys kind of.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so we've done a lot of, stuff like that. I also like to stay
So
active.
cool.
I like to wakeboard. I like to skateboard. Oh gosh, I like to swim. I was a lifeguard. Yeah.
I think this interview should have been, what does she not do? So, we're going to be wrapping up a little bit here, but do you have any advice for the freshmen?
Oh my
in their
gosh.
first year?
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. You've probably heard this before. But literally everybody is just as nervous or more nervous than you are. Just put yourself out there and you will be so surprised of the opportunities that come your way. Yeah.
That was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. If you guys have any research questions, if you have anything about anything on campus ever, internships, she's got it all. She's an absolutely wonderful mentor. So find her on campus, say hi. She's an absolute doll, so she'll definitely say hi. But thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Ella.
And see you guys later.
Hello again. We're about to wrap things up, and I am here, not in the library, but in our atrium. Again, the library, so many resources for you, lots of quiet study spaces, but when you need to, find that place to just chill and connect with other students, this is definitely the great location, our atrium here for group study or just some chill time. We talked a little bit today about all of the tutoring opportunities. You've got the Student Academic Resource Center in Trevor Colburn Hall, room 117. All right, no excuses. You go get the tutoring you need if you need it. The supplemental instructors, see if any of your difficult courses have an SI and connect with that SI. Undergraduate teaching assistants, undergraduate learning assistants, utilize all of these people. They're being paid to help you. It's all free services to you. We heard from Dr. Kotnour today. Spend the next 4 years just getting involved and working on those soft skills. That's what's going to separate you from other students. You're all going to get degrees. You'll have those technical skills. What's going to make that difference? It could be the soft skills. So that's why we're encouraging you to do that. Again, want you to find that study zone. It could be, again, the library, it could be here. Wherever it is, you need to lock in and get focused on your academics. So that pretty much wraps it up for this week. We've got just a couple more announcements. I'm going to hand things over to our teaching assistants. Be sure and listen to these important announcements and have a wonderful game weekend ahead, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another Friday lecture. We are here with not Ryan.
No, it's not Ryan.
We have this guy back.
Unfortunately for y'all, yes. It is me, Robert. Y'all saw me last week. For this week, I've replaced Ryan. He's somewhere, which I cannot disclose, but he will be back. He will be back next week. But for now, in the meantime, it's me. To get started with this week's announcements, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game on Thursday. Fortunately, the Knights won. We won 17-10 Woohoo! It was a very grueling, very tough, very moist match, but we did eventually get it through. Yeah, I'm just glad we got the win.
Yeah, you guys are in for quite the season,
Yes.
but it's fun regardless. And now a little recap of what you guys did in lab this week. You got to talk to the academic success coaches about Pegasus Path. That's an absolutely amazing tool that you guys can use to plan out your semesters for the rest of your time here at UCF. I used it all the time for every single semester to kind of plan out which semesters I wanted to take for summer classes, which summers I could take off for internships, things like that. It's an absolutely amazing tool and helped me keep on track, so I highly recommend you guys use that. Also, don't forget about this thing called your My Nights audit. That's going to show you all the credits that you need to take any exams like your civic literacy exam. A lot of people find that they have to do that way later, right before graduation. So check those now to make sure you get that out of the way earlier so that it doesn't sneak up on you guys later.
Yes. Also, to mention, this week, y'all should have made your groups. These are going to be the people that you're going to be working with throughout the semester. So throughout the project that we're going to have for y'all later this semester and just everything else. So make sure you get comfortable. Make sure you interact with these people because you're going to be around them for the next foreseeable future. That's pertaining to everyone except for Monday. Monday, we obviously didn't meet due to Labor Day. So y'all will be making your groups the following week. Also, do not forget, this Sunday, September 7th, your Excel Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 through SimNet is due. So if you don't know, make sure you access SimNet through the left-hand column. It just says SimNet right there. Should be there. You click on that, then you can go do the Excel Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 assignments, which, like I said, are due Sunday.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you guys are getting those in, getting those done. And I'm going to reiterate a point that Ryan and I have been making is that if you have to contact us about SimNet, if it's a higher level problem that your lab TA can't fix, make sure you are contacting us through lab or your lecture web course. Don't email us on Outlook. Don't find us on Outlook. Mrs. Sullivan, Ryan, and I all need to be put on a web course message together. So please, we will not be responding to those Outlook emails. Get those in through web courses. Please, please, please.
Yes, please. And also, don't forget, this Saturday we have another game. So go Knights. Hopefully we win. Hopefully it's not as torturing to watch, but we should get it. We should get it today. I mean, not today, but Saturday.
We got this. So tomorrow, if you can, make sure you go to that game. And with that, we'll wrap up, and your attendance code will pop up here now.